Hello and welcome to the Gary Dunn Show for Veterans Day 2024. I'm your host, Gary Smith. On today's show, we're going to talk to Coach about the past week's PSAC West finale against Edinboro, and then we'll break down everything coming up in an exciting week of Vulcan football with the PSAC title game this Saturday. But Coach, happy Coach today, a great win. I know Saturday, a little bit weird because had a bye week the week before, and I know anytime you're off a bye week, probably concern is how are they going to come out. But the team came out fired up and played well.
Yeah, it was a testament to our guys. I thought our practice, even in the bye week, was really good. And then we gave them we gave them Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Come back, have a workout on Monday. Then we had to give them Tuesday off by an NCAA rule for Election Day. So really, I was concerned all week. How are we going to respond? But thought they came out ready to play. Offense, they won the toss and deferred. Offense took the ball 75 yards and put it in the end zone for a quick 7-0 lead. So I was happy with the way our guys not only played on Saturday but prepared during the week. I was telling the coaches all week, we got to get them going. We got them going, and our guys showed up to work every day. A testament to them because football coaches are creatures of habit, and taking time off is not something we like to do. But happy the way the guys responded. And
just coming out, like you said, came out on fire, really well prepared and everything like that. But Saturday was a tough game. Just off week. You're playing for something the next week, and you got a team Edinboro that's been up and down, and they can hurt some teams. They've gotten some teams, so that's not a game that you look at the end of the schedule. Oh, we can just relax, or hey, this is the biggest game of the world. It's just one of those weird games, and I thought the team and everybody handled it just excellently.
Yeah, Edinboro's a really good football team. Their record may not indicate it. They've lost a lot of really close games. They've held leads and lost leads. They're a really good football team. I think defensively they're extremely strong. Offense, they have some weapons. I think we left some things out there offensively. I thought our defense played really well with the exception of one possession, the first possession of the second half. But I think we left some things out there offensively. But give Edinboro credit that a lot of that had to do with them. So we've got to get back to work. We got to get some things corrected. But, again, happy the way the guys responded.
And it looked like, at least from a fan's perspective up in the booth, it looked like Edinboro, whenever we were on offense, they were just throwing everything but the kitchen sink. And I thought the way your team responded – a couple times they got through, but it's got to be nice to have a senior quarterback like Davis Black. He didn't force anything, and then took what the defense gave them, and then marched down the field. But like you said, it just looked like a lot of plays. 10 guys were coming right at the point of attack.
Edinboro is very multiple on defense, and we had some things in our plan that they took away right away. They had played us differently than they've played. And having the bye week, I watched every game that they had. So I watched the first 9 games of the season. And some formation things that we had planned, Edinboro, good job, by them, changed and did something totally different than they had put on film the first 9 weeks. So, I thought our coaches did a really good job. We had some run game things that we had planned that Edinboro was taking away. So we went and said, well, listen, we're going to go to our zone schemes. And that's really when we started clicking on all cylinders offensively, when we said, all right, let's just go to our zone schemes and get on tracks and block them up, and that's where the running game came in the second half.
And it seemed like they were attacking, but also seemed they were determined to take the deep ball off. It had a couple splash plays, so really, and I've said it before, the way you and your staff make adjustments was great because it went from throwing downfield, taking what the defense gave you, grind out the game, and it was a game that, November football, you never know what weather's going to be, and, you got to get those first downs, and 28 points is good enough for the win.
Yeah, it seems a lot of teams right now are worried about our vertical passing game and doing things to take that away, so we've got to be more disciplined in the rest of our package to be able to take advantage of it. Where I was really extremely proud of the offense is how they responded. We go into the half up 14-0. Edinboro comes out, great adjustments by them, puts a drive together in the first drive of the second half to cut it to 14-7. So now we go back and we go right down the field and score, get it up. Edinboro scores again. We go right back down the field to build that two-score cushion, and I was happy with the way the guys responded. Now my thing to them is going to be, why can't we just play that way all the time? Why do we have to counterpunch? Why can't we just play good football all the time offensively?
Well, and flipping this page to the defense, in the fourth quarter, Edinboro had made it pretty close, but your defense came back, or special teams in one play with the big interception on a fake punt, and then Edinboro was trying to get back in the game in a nice defensive play. So defense slamming the door What was the call from sideline? Was that something they'd shown that fake punt, or was that
Yeah,
just a
so
reaction on the defense?
No, they actually faked 2 of them, and we stopped both of them. Their head coach does a tremendous job on their special teams. Those games are really tough. When you got a team coming in here that really doesn't have anything to lose, they're not playing for a playoff spot, they're not playing for the conference championship, they're going to be able to take some chances. So Coach Vinik actually coaches our punt return team unit and did a great job, had went back all the way to the beginning of the season, and we had charted every one of their fake punts, every one of their formations. So our kids were prepared. Coach put them in a good position, but our kids made play. Kai Thomas is a freshman for us that got the one done. Jay Sean Hawkins is a reserve DB that intercepted the second one. Just playing good football and being where you're supposed to be. And we tell our guys, when you do what you're supposed to do, good things are going to happen to you. So we had them scouted up pretty good, but our kids made the plays when they needed to.
And made the plays there. And then we'll backtrack a little bit, Coach, before we look at the highlights. I know you made it clear that senior day is your favorite day of the year, but
absolutely.
You have to talk a little bit about the 19 guys that are leaving the program after the end of this year.
Yeah, what a special group of guys. They've just showed up with their hard hat and their lunch pail every day this year and worked. I think our culture is extremely strong, and a lot of those guys are a big part of it. They accept our freshmen in as brothers day one. We had a great group that stayed up here this summer, worked out with our strength coach, Chandler Daniels, who does a phenomenal job. And they're really a close group. I was able to stand down there right before we were honoring them and almost like we didn't have a game to play. They were joking around and they were laughing, but a special group of guys that are selfless. At this time of year, it's about us. It's not about any one individual guy, and they believe that. And they've done a good job of leading our team. And when we got finished with senior day and went in, the rest of the team gave them a standing ovation, which was really nice.
It just shows the culture that your team has. Like you said, you don't see anybody trying to be, hey, it's me. It's always the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And that group has done so much and played such good football here. So it's just extremely proud and glad I'm a part of it.
Well, let's take a look back at the highlights from this past weekend's action against Edinboro, and then we'll come back. We'll break down the PSAC title game. You're watching the Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.
Black looks over the top, over the middle. Is it cut? Touchdown! Black looks down the field. One-on-one over the top, and what a catch! Brought down a touchdown! We'll look over top. Pass is caught. And a touchdown. Black will keep it himself on the keeper. And he's in for a touchdown. We'll bounce it outside. And it will be a touchdown. A jump pass. Up in the air, intercepted, taken down the line, and brought down at about the 35. Black to McCann. McCann bounces it inside, takes it up, touchdown Vulcans. Bernard looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, floats it over top. It's caught, left wide open is Brown. Ball comes out, is picked up, will take it himself to almost about the 45-yard line.
The 2024 PSAC Football Championship game is coming to Adamson Stadium on Saturday, November 16th. The West Division champion California Vulcans will host the East Division champion Kutztown Golden Bears at noon for the right to be called the 2024 PSAC champion. Game day information will be available at calvulcans.com, and if you can't make the game, CUTV has you covered on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube or the PSAC Digital Network.
Play action pass. Novak back to throw, going deep towards the end zone. Touchdown. Able to find the back corner of the end zone. That one was number 15, Sincere Thomas. Handoff to McCann, able to get through. Nice cut up the middle. And McCann has a ton of room. McCann at the 30, gets a block. And McCann going to pull out the red carpet into the end zone. Touchdown, Vulcans. Woo! Everett's kick is up. And Everett's kick nearly hits the cameraman. Snap, kick up, and kick is good. Your score 13-7 now. Play action pass rolling, firing into the end zone. Touchdown, Kutztown. Top 29-yard field goal. Beatco's kick is up. Beatco's kick is good. Black gets the snap. Looking, stepping up into the pocket and throwing it, and his pass is caught by Wills, and Wills breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal. What a play by your quarterback, Davis Black. Handoff again. Actually, Black keeps it, and Black gets into the end zone. Touchdown, California. 17 unanswered points for Cal as Black works his way in. Novak back to pass under pressure. And then he's going to get stripped. Novak gets stripped, and the ball's picked up by California. And who's Sonogo again? Sonogo does it again for Cal. Josh Miller recovers the fumble. 4th and 3, handoff again to McCann, and McCann for the 3rd time gets in.
And welcome back to the Gary Dunn Show. And you just saw the highlights from this past weekend's opponent, Edinboro, and then this coming week's opponent, Kutztown from last year. But, Coach, that's 20 games ago. That's just more for the fans out there that said, hey, yeah, we have played in the last 2 years against each other.
Yep.
But before we break that down, we're going to look at and just put a bow on the end of PSAC divisional play with the standings, schedules, and scores from this past weekend's action. Obviously, we talked about California 28, Edinboro 14, Gannon over Clarion 34-28, Bloomsburg over Millersville 35-27, Kutztown over Westchester 31-13, Lock Haven over Shippensburg 42-21, Slippery Rock over Seton Hill 38-20, and then East Stroudsburg versus Shepherd 28-7. And we look at the PSAC divisional standings for the last couple weeks. It's been California on top. Kutztown, that's the matchup this week. And as we flip one more page over, Coach, I know we're not going to talk about it too much, but the regional rankings are in play. There's a list. A lot can happen. There's a lot of big games that will affect those regional rankings this weekend.
Sure.
And the biggest one is the one on the schedule this week, PSAC title game. And Kutztown coming in here nationally ranked in the top 10, top 5, I believe. And I know you've spent the last 2 days looking at film.
Unfortunately, I have. We've put ourselves in this position. And when we show up on August 6th, we have a couple goals that we set. One of them was to win the West. Another one is to obviously play in the PSAT championship game and find a way to get into the national playoff. So we've gave ourselves an opportunity to continue talking about those goals. One we knocked off of winning the West outright, but we still got more work to do. And Kutztown is a extremely well-coached team. They're ranked 3rd in the country right now. They're giving up under 9 points a game defensively, and they're scoring 31 offensively. So, you want to start on offense. They've got weapons at every spot. Their offensive line is a older, experienced group. Their quarterback's very accurate and very mobile. They're scoring 31 points a game. They do it with balance. They're running for close to 150 yards a game and throwing for 180 or so. They haven't really had to throw the ball, late in games, so their numbers are probably a little bit down that way because their defense is so good. I mean, when you're talking about through 10 games of a season, giving up 9 points a game, under 9 points a game, they're solid at every level. I think the strength of their defense is their D-line. They've got a couple monsters inside. They've got good pass rushers. Their linebackers are active. Their secondary guys. They're just a well-coached, solid football team, and you're not ranked at 3rd in the country if you're not. You know, they've kind of taken on all comers out there. I think they've had maybe one close game all year against East Stroudsburg, who's a really good football team. So we're going to have our hands full. It's going to be our week of preparation, getting ready for those guys. I know my coaches are over there, you know, working right now, and I'm going to get back and join them shortly. But it's going to be a tall task, but I'm excited that we have the opportunity to play them.
Well, and it's a team that this is not their first rodeo. I mean, they went very deep in the NCAA playoffs last year. I believe they went to the national semifinals out in Colorado Mines. But just what's it like knowing? I mean, a lot of ways, you know, the two programs kind of mirror each other. And
I would agree with
there's
that.
a lot of veterans on both sides, and you know, this is not
Yeah.
your first rodeo either. This
Yeah.
is several times you've been in the title game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think both, you know, both programs are very similar. We both recruit high school kids. We both believe in developing high school guys. We're not big transfer schools. We both believe in balance on offense. We both believe in playing great defense. Very similar. I got a lot of respect for Coach Clemens and what he's done out there, and you know, they've taken on all comers, and he's built a heck of a program, and you know, we feel like we do the same. We think we're very similar. We've probably played them more than any other East school since I've been here. I don't know. It seems like I think they're in the West. I don't know. We play them every year. You know, we played them twice. You know, the past 2 years, we were very fortunate to get a win here last year against them. You know, we played them in 2016 in the championship game here. So very familiar with them, but they're familiar with us. So I'm excited that and I know our guys will be ready to play.
When you touch base on how good their defense is, but what schemes do they bring? I mean, are they similar to other teams, or
they're going to do
crazy?
what they do? And we were just talking about in the offense. They're a true two-high team. They'll roll their coverage and do things, but they're going to start in a two-high shell, and it may be the first two-high defense we've seen all year, as much as they do it. And they're able to do it because they're so good up front. You know, they don't have to have their safeties down in the box to stop the run because they're very good at stopping the run. I think they're giving up 60 yards a game rushing. But they're going to be who they are. They're going to wait for you to make mistakes. They're going to make you drive the length of the field. They're not going to give you big plays. They're going to play hard. They're good tacklers. They run to the football. So it's going to be a tough test. And you know, they're more of a two-high, cover 4, roll, you know, play some cover 2, roll their safeties here and there, a little bit of token blitz. They don't blitz a ton because they don't have to. They don't have to blitz to get pressure. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit different than a lot of the defenses we face. And they're always going to be at the right spot. They're very rarely are they ever in the wrong spot.
And what's the message to the team this week? Or is it as simple, you know, your team is a veteran team. Do you have to say anything? Or the team leaders do anything?
I mean, it's the same as the last 10 games. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to prepare ourselves for a 4-quarter battle. We got to play the next play. We know Kutztown's a great team. They're going to make plays. So when they make a play, don't worry about it. We're going to go play the next play. And what we preach, and I tell our guys all the time, we don't have to get up for big games because this is what we believe in every week. It's our culture. It's our process, the way we do it. It's no different than, you know, I know everyone thinks it's coach speak. It's no different than the first 10, 8, 9 games we played. It's the same. It's the same message. You know, we're just doing it against better people.
Let's take a look at the schedule this week. Final week of the regular season in the PSAC and NCAA Division II. Obviously, the biggest game, and I'll give you a couple seconds to get your pitch to the fans and the community.
Yep.
But noon on Saturday, California versus Kutztown, 2024 PSAC title game, and then East Stroudsburg, Clarion, Lock Haven at Gannon, Millersville at Edinboro, Shepherd at Seton Hill, Bloomsburg at Slippery Rock, and Shippensburg at IEP. And I looked at this 12 different times because I knew there was an odd number of teams in the East and West. Westchester is the team with the bye. But, you know, Coach, we've had the luxury of being at home the last month. Had some great fans support.
Yeah.
But this is a big one. We need the fans there.
Huge. Well, first of all, thank you to all the veterans out there. I woke up this morning and text 2 of my former teammates, Jerry Schneider and Eric Albach, who are both veterans, and told them Happy Veterans Day. So thank you to all the veterans out there. But yeah, huge football game. I know we've had a lot of alumni reach out to us, but we need everybody's support. This is a fun group to watch. They're great guys. If I told you the amount of community service that we do every year and how they're involved in our in our town here in this region is truly commendable. But yeah, I think it's 65 degrees is what I saw. Going to be a great day. Tailgate lots are going to open up early. I know
they might be open right now.
They might open up.
They might
open up on Friday night. I know we're going to have a great alumni turnout. One of our young alumni was urging the 2000 crew to get back. I've talked about just about all my guys that I played with. They're all coming back and bringing buddies. So, it's going to be a great day, and we need this town and this university to get behind us and give our kids the best atmosphere possible.
And I can't add anything to that. Just be there on Saturday. Like I said, Coach said be there early. I think the tailgate lots have never shut down. I know when I came in this morning, there were still some tents up there, and I think some people had a bonfire going. But if for some reason you can't be there, CUTV Sports has you covered. You can watch the game live on CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network. So, Coach, go back to start watching film, get the team prepared, and we'll see everybody next week. You're watching The Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.